Sorry about that. One of my coworkers called me in the middle of doing videos. That's the problem with doing videos on the road. You know, that's what happens. And God knows, I have to get a new computer to basically get myself a new copy of Premiere so I can do editing. Since my old machine is now, wait for it, 6 years old. That's how old my computer is. It's 6 years old. So I gotta get a new machine. Got to get a new machine. That's on my things to do list, of course. What's it? Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. So, artwork. Yeah, we're talking about artwork, and yeah, I mean, that guy now has lost an opportunity to work with me, you know, because he wanted more money. I mean, and I think it's kind of sad because I liked working with him, and now I have to go out and find another guy to establish it. So, which means I'll be online looking at about 100 artists to send 10 guys offers, so possibly one guy will say, "Hey, I want to work with you." So. There we go. But yeah, everything across the fire is going very, very well. I think the plan is to have the Kickstarter start in October 1st, have it run the entire month. I mean, it is a horror-based one, so it makes sense. We also like to have a lot of art pieces up so you guys can take a look at and see. I know I've got to send, send Lance like 4 art orders for half pages for that, and I still have the character designs coming in. Still debating if I'm going to use Drow or not. That's a toughie, and I mean that's more of a sense of people know Drow, and I want to give them something they think they know, but they don't, and I don't want to kind of screw it. I can ruin the surprise, because if you don't know, you won't know. For those who play New Exodus, this will make a lot of sense. I wanted to replace the Drow with the Exodites, and visually the Exodites look like Drow elves. They look like Drow, but they're not. They're not Drow at all. They're very different with a couple really unique abilities, and I can ruin them now because, I don't know if I want to ruin it, but you can get the book. If you ever get our Enemies of New Exodus, the first one's book. The Exodites are a group called the First Ones. They've got some cool abilities. They look like tattooed dark elves, and they're dangerous. They're very dangerous. I mean, I think I'm not going to tell you what they can do, but I think when you first meet them, and I think this will be great for the adventure, there's going to be some automatic perceptions of, oh, they're blah blah blah, and you find out they're not blah blah blah. They're very much way different from them, to the point where you're like, whoa, I didn't expect that. And that's kind of what we want to do. We want you to not expect what they're going to do. So that's why I kind of don't want to ruin it. I think it's important. I can tell you, that's a theory. I'm still trying to get the math in my head around it, but most likely we're going to replace the Drow with Exodites. But I think for Obsidian Apocalypse, it makes a lot of sense, and I think a lot of people will like it. And of course, let me tell you, because I don't think you know, this is a 4-part adventure. It's 4 parts. 1, 2, and 3 have very specific roles to play, and number 4 has a very, very specific role to play. Now, here's the thing. With the Kickstarter, of course, we're going to add stuff to it. There's tons of stuff we're adding to it, but one of the first things we're going to add to it. Actually, I have my paper here. Actually, I can show you. And for all you people who are wondering, yes, the car is stopped. I'm not actually doing this while I'm driving. Take it easy. Some people get excited, like, he's doing it while he's driving. No, I'm not doing it while I'm driving. Okay. No, I mean, I can't show you that stuff. I can show you this. I can't show you the other stuff. I don't think you can see a lot of this, but you have to stop. See, this is my rewards I'm looking. So, can't show you that export. We're looking to raise. Initially, the thought is we're going to basically raise, and we're saying a very low goal, but it's really to push it more. The main goal is for $3,000. We're going to start at $3,000, and that's going to pay for a one module, one adventure of this adventure path. And then every $1,000, we up it. We're going to add more cool stuff to it, like I said, so 3,000. Hey, we're gonna do the first adventure, no problem. The next thing after that, next level. Hey, we're gonna add more art. We're gonna put, we're gonna do $1,000 to put more art. The next level, which is 5,000. Boom, we're doubling the size of the adventure. We're doubling the size of the adventure. And we're gonna keep doing this up until we get the first 4 adventures. And if it all works out well, we should raise, that should get us to, if we do all 4 adventures with all the extra art and then we double the size, that's going to get us to $14,000. Now, I'm going to say this, and it's, it's true. We've never raised $14,000. Obsidian Apocalypse, we asked for 5, we raised 11,000. Now we're looking to raise 3, we're looking to get to 14. At 14, we gives you all the adventures, everything there, everything. And what makes it even cooler is that I'm actually assigning the work now. And, we're trying to get it together, so when it's all over, first thing, it's all over, hey, congratulations, Kickstarter's over, the money's starting to be transferred, and the money gets all the way transferred over, we do the coolest thing possible. We're going to release the rough draft versions to everybody. And these will most likely be the unedited versions. These are the ones that, or they might even be edited. I think they might just be the unedited versions to start. So you can guys get the feel on what we're looking to do, what we're supposed to do in these adventures, so you can really see. I mean, it's like, hey, they did this stuff before. By the time you get it in your hands, you already have gone through editing one time through our main editor, and I'll start layout on it, which is a good place to be. So, well, I'll probably be more than just started, but there'll be layout focused on it, getting it ready, getting ready to go. So you can actually have it as soon as possible, because that's another thing I regret as a publisher of third-party products. There's that delay. It's like you go, oh, I'm going to do this cool thing on Kickstarter, and you got to wait like 6-7 months to get it. And some people are like, well, it's silly. Why should I wait? That's why I would never support a Kickstarter. And that's my theory is, you know what? Let's flip it. Let's give them the rough drafts that we're working on. We'll be working on the layout version. By the time they go through that, which I'm guessing will be, a month at the most. I'm hoping for a month at the most, November. By December, we'll be shipping out the actual printed versions to you, to your house. Like, ready to go, send it to your house, have a great time, enjoy these books, they're going to be fantastic. And, if everything works out, God knows, things happen, even on Obsidian Apocalypse. There was lots of things that happened on that book that, not even just not the writing part, but more just getting to print that people didn't know about. So, it was crazy, but we got it to print. So I think that when we get this part and get this, we did the Kickstarter, we have it done, boom, you get some stuff, and then you get the laid out versions to look at, and then the final version goes out a month later. Within 2 months, you'll have your product. That's what I want to do. You want to have your product within 2 months. That's the goal I'm setting for. And we have a ton of cool rewards. I mean, it's at 14,000. That's when you get the first 4 adventures. When we get to 16,000, I'm just gonna. Well, I shouldn't be. Let's actually not read this while I'm driving. I mean, Jesus Christ! Even though I know it, but let's not read it while I'm driving. Sometimes you get excited. You want to grab it and go, oh, listen. Hey, calm down. I'm gonna be stopping soon. I'm like 5 minutes away from home, so there's a stoplight here. I think I'll be stopping soon, so I can pick it up and read it normally. But I know the 5th adventure. I think it's 16,000. That's when we add another adventure to it. This one, people who read and playing and enjoying the setting of Obsidian Apocalypse have been saying, hey, you've got all this liquid on the surface of the planet. What's in all this water? I'm like, well, the water is definitely, necromatically infused with with necromantic energy and psychic energy. So there's all kinds of weird monsters in the water. And I haven't said what kind of monsters in the water. This 5th adventure is going to be our underwater adventure. We're going to, it's underwater. You'll definitely deal with some underwater monsters that you're familiar with, and some new ones, some very cool new ones. And as me trying to be kind of cool, I've been looking at